What's going on, guys? So I am here in California, my first time ever in California. It's amazing. I'm at Sonoma Raceway in Sonoma, California, here for the GoPro Grand Prix. It's an IndyCar race. I'd like to thank Pennzoil for partnering up with me on this awesome event. First, we're going to go down, we're going to see and meet Elio Castroneves and talk to him. He's a big time racer, and we're also going to go down possibly in the pits and see some of these cars up close and personal, get to talk with possibly some of the guys that work there, and we have an awesome suite behind me that we get to view this race from, so this is really cool. It's an awesome experience for myself, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. So in addition to Pennzoil, I'm here with a couple other guys from YouTube. You might know this guy, CZeroMedia.
CZeroMedia, what's up, guys?
Then we got Engineering Explained. What's up, dude? And we also have Motorcity Mechanic. I'll have all these guys' info below in my description as well, so you can go check them out.
What a gentleman.
Gentleman. As I said before, we're on our way to meet up with Elio Castroneves and talk to him about basically his racing career, and he's going to answer some of our questions.
How you doing? Nice to meet you, Nick. How you doing? Elio's been with Penske since 2000, which is awesome. One of the longest standing driver-team relationships. Yeah, I'm the old man here, so it's no, but he's the king of the sport.
Doing well, though.
Yeah.
If we're here that long, that means we're doing something right.
Yeah.
I did Dancing with the Stars in 2007 and 2012, and I won the show. So when you're talking about Monday and Tuesday, 30 million people watching every Monday and Tuesday, it's very hard for you to not be recognized. Even today, still about 10 years, people come and say, hey, you're the dance guy.
The dance guy.
When you go to a nightclub, people's waiting for me to start dancing. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I can't dance 50 Cent Foxtrot, you know, so it's going to be a little bit...
So, how did you get started in racing? Just real brief. How did you get started?
Go-karting 1987, and from there on, it's just passion about the sport.
Yeah.
I kept going, and I still have the same passion when I started.
Yeah. And what's the best part about your job? What you would say?
Man, they pay me to drive fast cars, so that's the best part.
Right.
I don't know what's wrong on that, but it's really fun to be doing something, first of all, that I love.
Right.
And I'm sure a lot of people sometimes get a little. My office is a little bit different. It's things happen a little bit quicker.
Okay.
But still, it's real a lot of fun.
And what's the worst part about it?
Well, when things go wrong, my friend, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's very. You feel involved. You're like the next day. You're like, oh man, that hurts. But
well, I see you got ice on your arm.
yeah, right now I got a little tendonitis right here. So because the force that we're pulling in the corners are so high.
I'm sure. Yeah.
And I tell you what, when I get tendonitis, that means good things. Good things are coming.
Is that from your dancing career? Or is that from... Yeah.
I wish.
Well, good talking to you.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Good luck out there.
Thank you.
For the aerodynamics at the different tracks, they can use different rear and front wing sets. Speedways, high speed, for lower drag, they would just use single plane wings, front and rear. So it really minimizes the drag. And then there's more of an intermediate setup, where you're going to have a little bit more aggressive rear wing, 2 to 3 planes, and then the same with the front. And then for like your street races where there's a lot of low speed corners and you really need the downforce, these are very complicated. There's multiple, sometimes five different planes of wings, and obviously they can adjust all of that. So each manufacturer, Chevy, comes up with their package for the chassis, and Honda did for theirs.
So I'm here in the garage now with all the Indy cars, and specifically with Team Penske, and I'm going to tell you guys one thing, like the use of carbon fiber on not just the cars, but even the stands that they use are carbon fiber. Look at this. Right here we have rain tires, so if it were to rain, they would put these tires on, which I don't know how good that is, but I would never want to drive one of these cars in the rain. Each car is required to run 2 different types of tires during the race, a hard compound and a softer compound. Typically they want to run a softer compound because it's going to be quicker. Now, on a day like today where it's not that hot, it's a beautiful day here in California right now, but right now it's not very hot, so they might get away with using the softer compound tires longer, but they do have to go through a hard and a soft compound. Even the ramps here are carbon fiber. Look at that. Carbon fiber ramps. They even have carbon fiber on their staircase. Like, look at that. How you doing?
ZL1s.
Oh, Jesus. Another one.
No, you're from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, what's up, man? What's your name?
Gary.
Gary, nice to meet you, man. You too.
All of the gearbox guys will all come in this trailer and do all their gears here. So each one serves a different function, basically. And the primary function is when it's just that gears. Everybody has their own locker on the road. And then we also have spare parts for different groups, so a lot of electronic spare parts in this trailer. But you can see these guys are set up. Our floor stations for all 4 cars to do their clutch service. Their tools are still out at this point. They've, I would say, made their last change. Got about another 15 minutes before you got to make that final decision. So we have a lathe up there, welders, all our carbon repair equipment. That's sort of that's a busy area at certain times. Hopefully it stays relatively calm, because if it stays calm, that means we're having, you know, okay day, all the cars are running well. We have one brake technician that all he does is just manage brakes, assembling, disassembling. There's a little bit of work that you'll do to them, but you'll see this common. Every truck you go to, everybody has an area for each car. So there is a lot of parts in this truck. And then also you see the crew lockers, several driver lockers are in this truck. So this one's sort of our fab shop brake truck. The last truck is the 12 truck. It's sort of geared toward the engineering side. So you'll see all these desks set up here. These are where all our data acquisition guys sit here. The race engineers and drivers will debrief in this top office up here. It's closed now, somebody's having a meeting. These guys' responsibility is to make sure all the sensors are working on the car, we're getting all the data that we need, and they work hand in hand with the race engineer. They're getting what they need to look at that data, talk to the driver. They're also responsible for fuel throughout the race. So every lap they're going to be crunching numbers. Today, depending on what strategy you go, it's going to be tight on fuel. If you do a 3-stop race, you're going to have to save some fuel. So those guys will be sweating up on the stand a little bit, making sure we get those numbers every lap. Shift paddles and clutches, same thing. LEOs are very symmetrical side to side. You'll even notice on LEOs, you can pull in the clutch and still select first gear with that little cutout. So it just shows you how much each driver, you know, wants to change the simplest thing to make them more comfortable. We have map settings on the steering wheel and in the chassis. Information on this dash, you'll see the lights light up, very typical of rev lights. Each guy will use those differently. Elio might like his light set 100 less than Joseph or vice versa. Just the brightness you can change. So all these drivers like everything just a little bit one way or the other, and they can cycle through this information on these page buttons. So there is different information that you can display. The roll bars, what you can use to adjust front and rear, those will be on the dash. He doesn't have to look down. He can just click at one, look where he's at, and not have to look down. 45,000 for one of those.
So that was a pretty awesome look at the trucks and the trailers that Penske uses, and talking to Ilio and Travis and everything, and a lot of good info there. So it's grubbing time, right, Ish? Yes. I'll tell you what, the food looks amazing though. Ribs, chicken, mac and cheese, potatoes, and some salad here. The perks of getting the grandstand suite. So these tires are shot now, they're done?
Yeah, they're
what?
done. They're done. We're
They're
gonna take
done?
these to Firestone, and you know, they'll dismount them and do whatever they need to do with them. They're gonna take our wheels too.
So we're gonna see how sticky these tires are.
Portfolio. Jesus Christ.
How long has it been since you took them off the car?
Probably about 10 minutes.
10 minutes, yeah, wow. And they're still that sticky.
Yeah, they're still hot.
And how many laps were they through?
About 17 laps.
17. So engines in cars nowadays are made to a way higher spec than cars in the early days, and a lot of companies, even like higher end companies like Ferrari, their facilities are honestly more like clean rooms, and that's because the tolerances of today's engines are even tighter than ever, and the engine builders know that clean is crucial. So Pennzoil has a specific patented technology called Pureplus Technology. It's basically a process that converts natural gas into a high quality full synthetic base oil, and this will allow for obviously cleaner pistons, which will will, you know, maximize the performance in your engine. It'll help your fuel economy, and it will also prevent your engine from losing power over a long period of time. So I have a quart right here of oil, and this is like their high-end stuff. This is their ultra platinum oil. Now you can see right here it has their Pureplus technology on it, and it does meet the Dexos standard. Now there's also like high mileage oil you can get. There's just the regular oil that they have, but I'm going to be running this in my car from now on. I learned a lot of great stuff about Pennzoil, and unfortunately it would probably take me another 20 minutes to explain most of this stuff to you, so I've just kind of shortened it a little bit just so guys have some good information here. But I'm going to be putting this in my 2013 since that's pretty much the race car of the group, and that one gets worked the most, so I'd rather have the cleanest oil in there, obviously for the reasons that I just told you guys. So I really enjoyed my trip to California. It was awesome. It was my first IndyCar race, first time being in California, and working with Pennzoil and talking with Ron Schneider. Everybody was awesome, and the 3 YouTubers that were with me, CZeroMedia, Engineering Explained, and Motorcity Mechanic. All those guys are awesome, so you have to check them guys out as well. I'm sure most of you guys already run this oil in your car, and if you do not, check them out next time you get your oil changed. You know, this is the same stuff that they're running in those Indy cars that we were just watching. They're using just good old Pennzoil, you know, whether it's ultra platinum or I'm not sure what they actually use, but they do use it off the shelf. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I gave you a lot of information about the IndyCar race and about the Pennzoil brand. Be sure to follow all of my social media. All of that will be in the description of the video. Hit that subscribe button if you're coming here for the first time, and have a great day.